Hello, everyone. Welcome to Harv's World and PV, something or other. PVU, PV. Is it Uncharted? Yes, PV Uncharted. Wow, okay. You can see how today's going to go. How is everybody doing? Man, you guys have been chatting it up today. That's fantastic. Glad to see the community getting together and enjoying each other's company before the streams. That's fantastic. And it's been so much chatting. I know I'm going to miss somebody, so you already have my apologies. And I've got to focus on driving this windy frickin' road, which we are going to correct at some point. We've been discussing it. We know what one of our major purchases is going to be. And this is the last load of logs. We have cut a big new area and sold a lot of timber. And this is the last load we're taking to town. We're all done. Caveman, it's just me and Caveman today. Don't know what happened. Well, Sharko works on Sundays. I hope everything's okay with FF. I haven't heard from him. He normally joins us on Sunday, but he's not here today. So you're stuck with just me and Caveman. Say hello to everybody, Caveman.
Hello.
And you're returning that tree harvester, right? We're done with it for the time being.
Already done. I'm
And
stumping now.
you're going to go take out the last of the stumps. Okay, let's see. As I am reading chat and crashing into trees. So we've got Jonathan, of course, Eric Kuntz. We have got I Play. How you doing, I Play? Jonathan, Eric. We have got Richard Roberts, Tim Weingarten, outstanding. I think I spoke with Tim yesterday. Jordan, the Canadian kid. I noticed somebody from Spain, and I'm sorry your name has already passed, but hello from the States. You might be the first person joining us from Spain, so that is fantastic. I see lots of Midwesterners with us too. Farming Sins, of course. He runs his own YouTube channel. Does some interesting stuff over there. He does some streaming. I'm not sure if he's doing videos yet or not, but he's definitely streaming. And I've had a chance to check in on his stream at least once or twice. It was actually pretty fun because he's kind of letting his kid play with him while... Oh, are we going to go? Nope, made it. That's what I get for reading chat and driving. Richard Roberts. See, there I go again. Now I'm off in the trees. At least I didn't crash. I probably should have let you make this delivery, Caveman. Beginning of the streams and all. I get too preoccupied. Now I'm going to get stuck.
Would you have rather been stumping?
Maybe. No, not really. Hey, I made it. I made it. I made it. There we go. We got lots of new stuff to show you guys today, too. We've had a lot going on here the last few days. And we worked our butt... Right, Caveman? We worked our butts off to get
Oh, yeah.
these trees cleared. And you can see our money is up. And we're going to sell this load, 52,000 on this one. Actually, it's going to be closer to 60 once these logs fall into place. How many loads of wood do you think we brought over?
I don't know. I didn't count. Quite a few, though.
And yeah, we leased up a trailer just for this because... And yeah, you didn't see me like pick up that log by hand or anything because... There we go. Sold, sold, and sold. Okay, Mr. Swede, how you doing, man? Oh, I saw, what did I see? Andrew Baxter in today. Always good to see Andrew with us. He was one of the winners of, and yeah, guys, I'm taking the short way back. If I'm gonna run into trees anyway, I'm just gonna drive straight through them. Say a prayer. This is one of the things that we want to accomplish. Oh, so you didn't pray hard enough because I crashed into a tree anyway. This is the next piece of land actually that we want to pick up. this plot 18 right here, so that we can build a new road and not have to deal with that windy one anymore. Oh, there we go. I think I've got it. Fingers crossed. We are putting the pedal to the metal. Plus, it should bring me right out at our peanut field, which I tried to show you guys a little bit on the way over.
Looks like all the stumps are gotten.
Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Hey, Ed Reed, how you doing, man? What's the good word? Ed says, oh, and Bradley, of course. Miss Bradley coming in. Yeah, good to have you back, Andrew. Harvard Caveman, where standing in a field, I could say, now there is a man outstanding in his field. Yes, absolutely. And looks like Caveman helped out Mr. Swede getting some map working. Was it this map? Was he on the dedicated or just playing solo? Ben Fothergill, how you doing, man? And Kevin, of course, Kevin is with us. These are our peanuts, guys. We put peanuts in this field, and they are growing quite nicely. Now, Caveman apparently has some real experience with growing peanuts, or at least he knows about growing peanuts, and says these aren't very accurate, or an accurate representation, but it still is a good-looking crop. Especially if you like Notre Dame, I suppose. Bradley reset his controller buttons and keys to default in the simulator automatically. I thought I could do this without having to set my buttons each time. Okay, Bradley, good to know.
My chat froze this time. Yeah, my chat froze this time.
So we have got $934,000 at this point. That goes to show you just how much timber we hauled.
A lot.
We're almost, but not quite ready to cut in that new field. We're going to need to blow some boulders out of it, but we're short-handed today. We're short-handed again. So we need to get to work on our new grass field. And I know you guys saw us put that thing together, but this will give me an opportunity to show off a little bit of something that we've done here. And one thing we did was we put a road into where that new field is going to be so we can get there easy access from the farm. That's going to be handy. And then back here by our cattle shed, we're going to add more cattle today too, guys. We actually did have one birth. We're up to 16 now, but we've got the money to start expanding our herds, so we're going to be looking into that. But first, we need hay. And so we put a new shed in here right across from the cattle barn. Right here. We've got a hay stack ready to go. Right here, we're going to put our hay right in that spot, but we picked up a whole bunch of grass equipment. Hey, thanks, Ed. I like these barns a lot. I've used them in the past, and I liked them, and I felt like they fit our kind of rustic style here, so we decided to go with them. We have got the Fendt baler from Hades right here. This thing is a beast. The best part, it's got the name Fendt on the side. Of course, we picked up a second mower because we have a lot of bloody grass. We've got a nice wide Fendt tedder. And we've got a nice Fendt windrower, which we won't need today, but we have one when we do. So we are...
The only thing we're missing is a Fendt loading wagon.
Yeah, all we need is a Fendt loading wagon, and we'd be loaded for bear. Are you ready to mow, Caveman?
I will be as soon as I get back there. I just went and grabbed a tractor to put on the header.
Oh, okay. Grabbing a farm all.
Yep, went and grabbed a farm all to put on the tedder. That way we ain't gotta worry about swapping stuff around a lot, that's all.
Outstanding. I'm gonna let you were talking about clearing that edge that's on the property line.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let you go do that since you know in your head exactly what you're trying to accomplish. And I'm gonna start doing a headland pass here.
Alrighty.
That's right, Kevin. You and me, and Fent, brother. Absolutely. Bradley, I actually don't think the sheds that we've put in have lights in them. And it really just depends on the mod. I'm sure you know, dude, that some mods have automatic lights, some you have to turn them on, and some just don't have any. So it is what it is.
The ones we're using have lights on them. At night only, though.
Oh, there you go. I ran off our property line a little bit. Oops. Oh, good to know. Good to know. We got super clear graphics today. These mowers are awesome. The great thing is they're cheap and they still run almost 18 meters. That's what makes them fantastic. I think we're into these for about 25,000 a piece.
Something like that. And it's not 18 meters, it's 8 meters, almost 8 meters.
I thought I said 8 meters.
You said 18.
Oops. 8. Almost 8 meters. And as you can clearly see, we have got a lot of bloody grass here. Today we're turning it all into hay because we have 500,000 liters of silage in our silo already stored up. We sold the rest of that. Some of our money came from silage. Well, Caveman corrected me, Bradley, and said that these sheds do have lights in them. They will light up at night. So that was my mistake. Richard, so before we plowed this out and replanted it in grass, we were getting over 1,000,000 liters off of just field grass. Just pasture grass or whatever you want to call it. So we are probably looking at the better part of 2 to 2.5 million liters. We could even be pushing the outside envelope of 3, but that seems a bit of a stretch. And I am totally off my line there. It's fantastic. Okay, that's one I gotta remember. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. No, she was cracked. Good. I'm glad somebody found it funny. I was trying to put a little comical spin on it with all the ridiculous phone calls, but I'm not sure it translated as well as it did in my head. Good. Tell her I appreciate the fact that she got my twisted sense of humor on that. I'm just glad Kevin was patient because I kept interrupting the things he was trying to get done in order to get my chores done for people or something. Yeah, we could be pushing the outside envelope of 3 million liters of grass here. But you're going to see, I mean, all right, guys, so here's the thing. This map has a lot going on, and I mean a lot. Did we bite off more than we can chew? No, I don't believe so. But we're going to have to do things not in a cheaty kind of way, but we are going to have to do things in a slightly simplified sort of way sometimes, if you know what I'm talking about. And you'll see what I mean later on. I'll tell you this, we won't be loading anything by hand anymore. That's just a fact of life. No more hand loading. That would take us way too long. And I could tell you right now, so we have a bale stack. It's actually pretty cool, and I'll show you that as we get bales coming in later. But it'll hold 168 bales. I can almost guarantee you that we're going to fill that up today and have bales left over. The sad part is, Ed, we keep waiting on our crop prices to come up and we're not getting the prices that we're looking for. If we could get the prices that we were looking for, we probably have a good another $500,000 or more dollars in our silo worth of crop right now. Once the prices come back. Wouldn't you say, Caveman?
At least. The biggest thing is right now is there's only really one sell point for a lot of the crops, so there's no competition.
Yeah, they've got a monopoly, so they're not paying as well as they should. Well, I'll actually show you guys something. Once I get into a position where I can throw on some GPS, I'll show you a mod that I've installed that should help us along with that a little bit. Okay, Bradley. You should probably talk to Caveman about that. I'm sure he, maybe between the two of us, we kind of got you sorted out on that yesterday. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys a mod that I've installed that hopefully will help us keep track of our prices a little bit better so we know when to sell if we ever get a decent price. But I'm going to clean up this end just a little bit more and then start on GPS. But with two of us mowing this big field, even with these little fence, we are not going to be doing this for long, I can tell you. We should be able to knock this out pretty quick.
Yeah, pretty quickly. Should be able to anyway. Did you remember to put that link in the description?
Yes.
Okay, good.
The link to Caveman generated a price list for this map because there's so much stuff on it. We've got a target price list, and he separated individual price lists by easy, regular, and hard. So if you decide you want to play PV Uncharted, Caveman did a lot of hard work and got that all set up. So you know what target prices to shoot for.
Yes. The target price to shoot for would generally be your average price.
Right. Let's see, 7.8 meters is what we're shooting for on these, right?
On what?
The mowers. Because I have
Something like that.
I have a feeling GPS is going to want to take just the center.
No, GPS takes both.
Oh, good.
Yeah, GPS, you tell it to just tell it to auto with it all unfolded. It picks it right up.
Yeah, not quite far enough yet. Oh, it sure did. Oakley dokley.
All right, Ned.
Ned? Hey, simulator YouTuber, welcome to the stream, man. Farmer Joe, good to have you with us. Oh yeah, Farmer Joe. We probably should have shown that on stream, attaching the front mower. You actually have to pick it up and slide it under the tractor to get it to attach. But it's a handy bit of kit, as Mr. Sealy P would say. Oh, yeah, Oakley dokley. I do that all the time. I quote stuff and I don't even remember where I got it from. Like if any, because one thing that I say a lot of the time is almost there, almost there. Anybody know where that comes from?
Can't say I do.
I'll give folks a minute to see if they can sort it out. Oh, come on. Get with the program. Okay, so this is the mod that we've installed. That I've installed. We've installed. There we go. So it's a sell price trigger. And I'll show you, like, and actually wheat is off, I must have said it. So milk, for example, when we're ready to sell milk, we can set a trigger price for the average price that we're shooting for. I've got it set to 16.38. That's what Caveman determined in his list was a good target price. And so, and I can do that for everything on this map. And that's why we put this in, because there's so much stuff on this map to keep track of that keeping track of it all is going to be a big challenge. So anyway, milk is set to 16.38. If one of the buyers' price goes up to 16.38, it's going to flash on the screen and let us know that there's a buyer out there buying milk for 16.38. Going to be very, very, very helpful. Good guess, I play, but actually, guys, you're pretty darn close to the truth on that. It actually is a quote from Star Wars. It was not Han Solo. It was actually just some random guy. Just random fighter pilot number 2 or whomever. But yeah, I think he's when they're going for the Death Star the first time, and he's flying in and he's like trying to target, and he keeps saying almost there, and then he gets blown up. Exactly, Ed, like a virtual commodities market. We have a broker tracking prices for us now, and when the price hits the right level, you know, we've sent him our target price, and when it gets there, he's going to send us a text message saying, sell, sell.
Sell it all now.
Just call us Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. If you haven't seen Trading Places. Anyway. Okay, so where I live now, there is a huge focus on hay, and I'm talking about in the real world. Since I moved to Nevada, the job that I've taken, things of that nature, and huge focus on hay. Cattle ranching around here is a big deal, and hay is an even bigger deal. You can't throw a stone without hitting an alfalfa field around here, and I'm almost not exaggerating. And so I've been learning a little bit about hay, which will ultimately help me do my job. So, I mean, you guys probably know, to some degree, hay gets cut anywhere from 3 to 4 times a year, depending on where you live and how long your growing season is and all of that stuff. I should say grass, or, you know, whatever you're growing to make either silage or hay gets cut 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 times a season. And the first cut of the season is oftentimes the worst cut of the season, because it's had a chance to hibernate, other things have gotten in there, it's not growing back as heartily as it did because maybe some of it died during hibernation, whatever. So the first cutting, the first mowing, is not usually the best. The second cutting is usually the best, and the hay market is actually quite complex because they actually grade the hay on its nutritional value and give it a quality rating. So when you bring your hay into market, like they do around here, it depends on your hay quality as to how much they'll pay. And right now they're paying for alfalfa hay anywhere from $200 to $230 per ton. And yeah, Jonathan, that could help too. The first mowing actually helps a lot just because um, it opens up the ground. It gives the plants a chance to regenerate, gives them more room to grow, that kind of thing. And when you cut your grass is very important too, because if you cut it too late or you cut it too soon, it will not have the appropriate nutritional value. You want to catch it when it's in its peak growing stage but hasn't gone to seed, so that it's putting all of its energy into growth. All of that energy translates to feed quality. You can feed your cows hay that has almost no nutritional value, so they're not getting anything out of it. Worse than that, they're going to be eating a lot more because they're trying to make up for the lack of nutrients they're getting that they would normally be getting. So, we play a farm sim game. It's cute and cuddly and it's fun and we enjoy it. God knows I enjoy it. I better after 3,000 hours of playing on Steam. But regardless, farming operations are complex deals. It's actually interesting to see exactly how all that plays out. Oh, and I did want to point out we've got some blue members now. People who have been subscribed to the channel or have been members of the channel for over a month. I can't believe we set that up a month ago already. So congratulations and thank you very much, guys, for sticking with Harv's World. Very, very much appreciated.
Answer your question, Bradley. The Big M, if that's the one you're talking about, the cost of it versus how much of an upgrade it really is just isn't worth it.
Honestly, the self-propelled mowers don't seem worth it. They really don't. They're a little bit faster, they're a little bit wider, but I've got an 8-meter mower here for $25,000, or I could get a 12-meter mower for $500,000.
It's just more economical right now to run two of the small ones like we're doing.
Absolutely. And you can see these things are doing a pretty kick butt job. At least from my perspective, they are.
Same here.
There we go. Now we've got my turnarounds down. For now, Ed. For now, you guys are the blue crew. That's right. It might have been Biggs. I'm scrolling back up through the chat. I mean, chat is that we're actually getting chat to a point where it's scrolling almost faster than I can read it sometimes, which is cool. James Campbell, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us, man. How are you doing? And how are you guys doing? Is everybody having a good weekend? Having a good end of summer? We're just about ready to wrap up summer and start leading into fall. Oh, you won't be far. Not many people will be far behind. Of the members that we have, most signed up early and often. It'll be interesting to see if at some point we ever get to any gold members. Because I want to say the gold members are like the 2-year mark. Come on,
so.
Marv, move that thing. I think that's right. Sounds right. Feels right. Smells right. Yeah, that's right.
um, Bradley, the different color for the members changes based on how long they've been a member. Um, and I don't know if you caught that or not, but somebody wanted you to hop off and show them the cutter on the tractor.
I didn't see that. Let's see. Could you jump off the mower for a second and show us the cutter? Yeah, sure. Do you want to?
You might want to raise them up.
Yeah. Do you want to? You want to see him in the shop? I could show it. It might be easier to show him in the shop. But yeah, I will pull out onto the road, and we'll take a look. As soon as I get done with this line. And then if you want to see them in the shop, I'll be glad to show them to you in the shop. Because the interesting thing about these cutters, you don't have to run this tractor at all to use these cutters. They actually make them available for any tractor that has a front PTO. Okay, so you can see we've got the rear cutters, obviously, but I think this is the one you want to see, and this is the front cutter right here. And if I wanted to, oh, I grabbed the wrong one. When I want to put this on or take it off, it's actually light enough. I'm not using any kind of super strength or anything, but I can pick this up and move it around. So when you buy it, at least for this tractor, you need to slide it underneath the front like so, and then when you get in, it will let you attach it like this. Kevin. Yeah, I'll see what I can do about that. I thought you were just going to plow their front yards. Let me get another line started, and then I will.
Yes, Bradley, the mower is on Mod Hub.
Yes, it is.
It's the Lizard Cutter Pack.
That's not what I want. This.
Or the Lizard Cutter Bar Pack, or something like that.
So if you go in here under mowers, you've got the butterfly cutter, which you can use on any tractor. It doesn't have to be the GT250. There's a front cutting bar that you can use on any tractor but the GT250. And then there's a special cutter bar, front cutter bar, just for the GT250. So you get 3 different mower pieces. But that's another thing that makes this little cutter pack nice. It was developed for the GT250, but the mod maker had the wherewithal to make it available to anybody with a tractor. So that's pretty freaking handy. In the real world, these types of cutters are not terribly efficient, and they really don't work as well as they do in game. Unless you've got them super sharp, they tend to push the grass over, so it's not cutting as efficiently as like a rotary mower would. Oddly enough, I was reading up about different machinery for mowing hay too, as I was trying to learn more about what goes on in my area, agriculturally wise. But the rotary mowers are more efficient. They do a better job. They actually have a lot of times rollers on the front that will actually lift the grass up so it gets a much cleaner cut. And then they have crimpers built inside of them to kind of crack the grass as it's cut so that it dries faster if you're trying to make hay. Bradley, I expect we're going to have enough grass to feed 400 cows. Yeah, exactly, Eric. It would be like going out and, because, I mean, basically what it is it's a stationary set of blades and then a second set of blades that are kind of sliding back and forth, almost like, pairs of scissors or shears, like you said. And yeah, wet grass, well, if you're trying to make hay, you wouldn't want to mow when your grass is wet anyway. Although there's two schools of thought on that too. Some people think you should cut it in the morning when the dew is on, and others think you should cut it in the afternoon when the dew is off. Hey, thanks, Ed. Thank you. I really do feel like it's a big part of my job to learn that kind of stuff now. And I get to share it with you guys, which is kind of one of the things, if you follow my videos at all, you'll know I like to share information. That's what I enjoy about the world tour is I get to learn about so many different countries. Yeah, that's probably true, Jonathan. Although I bet Caveman would argue if you were going to do, try to knock out a bunch of weeds, you should just get a nasty bush hog and go out there and beat the crap out of them, right, dude?
Yeah, bush hog. Bush hog.
Bushing the hog, bushing the hog. Am I getting the exhaust yet? I'm not really a nitrogen monoxide breather. No, I'm exhausted. No, not at all. I mean, I guess the thing I didn't really anticipate, I knew it in some part of my brain, but literally the learning curve is so extremely steep. I think I said in one other stream, it's almost like trying to take a 4-year course or a 4-year degree in college and compacting into to 6 to 9 months. Exactly, Ben. That's exactly right. You want to try to hit the grass when it's got the most sugar in it. And if you could do that, it's pretty sweet. But bum bum. Hey, FF's not here. I have to make the occasional dad joke now, right?
That's right.
And I am looking forward to getting into the Vikings, Viking mythology, all of that stuff on the Scandinavian series, but we're not quite there yet. We're going to get there, though. I was really intrigued to find out about Harold Bluetooth, actually.
That was interesting.
Well, I'll tell you, Bradley, most of the time I am sitting and reading, they're called handbooks. They're basically legal documents that are anywhere from 50 to 800 pages long. And I'm taking notes and trying to apply those notes to the practical experience that I don't have yet. I mean, literally, like, these handbooks would do a lot better once I have, I'll be able to associate the information I'm learning more once I've got practical experience with the programs that they are pertaining to, at least technically, as far as entering information, collecting information, things like that. Although, I did go on one interesting little, we'll call it a field trip. They're called field visits, actually. We do have to go out and check out property sometime. And we have a gentleman who, I can't really give any specifics. Let's just say he was looking for compensation we have emergency relief programs for farmers, and he was looking for some compensation. We went out to check his property to see what kind of water was available for his cattle. We ended up driving around in the desert for about an hour and a half on what could very loosely be called a road. And just looking at springs, there are a lot of wild horses in Nevada. So, one of the things that these desert ranchers are often up against are the fact that wild horses come in and especially love to do damage, and they do a lot of damage to springs and water supplies, especially if you try to develop them. So we were just reviewing the information that he provided to us and seeing what was out there. But it was very interesting, and the desert at first glance doesn't look like there's a lot going on, but when you get out there, there's a lot more going on. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Ben. Agricultural Bibles. And Ed, that is exactly correct. USDA information materials. The job that I am training for is County Executive Director. Occasionally, Eric, occasionally, but not. Everybody around here agrees that the horses, the wild horses, are kind of out of control, and they need to do a little bit more to start controlling the populations. Are you done with your edge already?
Yes.
Oh, good, because I was feeling like I had a whole awful lot left to do.
I've already cut quite a bit more.
Well, Bradley, that's an excellent question. What do we do for farmers? Basically, what we do for farmers, we are kind of like almost like insurance. Although farmers can buy private crop insurance, and they should, we kind of cover anything that they can't get protections for, like natural disasters. We have got several programs that are being either have been implemented or are being implemented because there is a severe drought. Severe drought going on, and so farmers are being damaged by the drought. Water's not as available, and around here in the desert, water rights are a big deal. We've had forest fires in a couple of the counties that we manage in my office, and so we have programs to help with damage done by forest fires. We've also had some flash flooding around here. As strange as that may sound in the desert, but we have a very wide area, so we're not 100% desert, but we have had some flash flooding, and believe it or not, forest fires can actually increase the risk of flash flooding because everything gets burned off on the ground. There's nothing to divert the water, and so it just comes flowing down the side of a hill or a mountain. We do a lot of programs like that. Our agency also does farm loan programs. We have many different types of farm loans. Now, my office doesn't directly handle farm loans. We have farm loan, obviously, I'm sure you can imagine, officers that would handle any loan applications, things like that. And actually, Eric, somebody else was telling me about the roundup for the prisoners to train those horses and sell them off. You're not the first person to mention that. Well, thanks, Ed. Thank you very much. I feel fortunate to have gotten this position. I really was shooting to work for the Farm Service Agency, and we're gonna try to keep those farmers going. That's true, Ed. A lot of what those firefighters do out there after the fire has blown by is they continue to spray water because yeah, that stuff can just sit there and smolder and then fire light right back up again. As bad as the forest fires have been this year, and they have been horrible, one thing to remember is that forest fires actually have an ecological purpose and do the forest good. Well, I think we might be up against that, Eric, but again, if the forests aren't being managed, which there's such a vast area, how could you manage all of it? But fire is cleansing, and so it's going to go through. It's going to wipe out all the underbrush, get rid of a lot of the deadfall, stuff like that. Open up the ground, give the trees more room to grow, allow the soil to breathe again, and those forests will recover themselves fairly quickly. But in terms of years, yeah, we're looking at 2 or 3 decades. No, Bradley, we don't give loans to farm sim gamers. Sorry. Although, you if you're growing pumpkins, you could be considered a beginning farmer. We do have programs to get people interested in agriculture. They're called beginning farmers and ranchers programs. Now, I'm not going to go into a bunch of program details for you guys because, honest, I don't know them all well enough yet to give you 100% information, so I don't want to give you misinformation. But I can tell you what programs are out there. Well, that's a fair point, I play, yeah. Some trees won't even germinate unless a fire has come through to activate their process. Oh no, Eric. No, it has not been thousands of acres. This year alone has seen millions of acres burn. The Dixie Fire, one of the largest fires in history, is rapidly approaching the 1 million acre mark. And another big one that started just a few weeks ago, the Caldor Fire, is well over 200,000 acres. No, the real key is proper forest management. And that means allowing the forests to be harvested in an ecologically sound way. Things like that. Now, I'm not a professional forester, so I'm not going to get into the details of proper forest management. I couldn't possibly, but you get the point. Oh, yeah. There's a really cool website if you want to just see what's going on. It's called InciWeb, INCIWEB. InciWeb tracks and provides information on all of the current and past fires of the year. But all those forest fires aren't doing us any good either because, frankly, this past week has actually been much, much better, but the first 4 or 5 weeks I was here, we were getting socked in with smoke almost every afternoon. And when I say socked in, I mean far worse than fog. And the amount of ash that has fallen. I mean, there are afternoons when I've gone out to get in my car, and I literally can watch the ash fall, and I have a black roof on my car, so I can literally see the ash falling on the car. And that's from the better part of 60, 70, 80 miles away. And a lot of that has pushed all the way out to the East Coast. Only you can prevent forest fires. When you get done with that pass, caveman, if you want to go grab the tedder and go ahead and
All
start,
right.
I'll finish mowing, and then hopefully that'll give you a head start, and I will start coming in behind you with the baler.
All right.
It didn't take us too long, really. All things considered, as big as this field is, only about 20-25 minutes.
It hadn't taken long at all.
Oh, I don't doubt it, Ed. The smoke has been absolutely awful. In fact, that's something else that I've heard people mention now is that the fires aren't directly necessarily affecting their animals, but some folks are starting to relate the smoke to animal health, and they've seen a few deaths, and I'm talking about farm animals here, not pets. Hello, Mr. Ranger, sir. Do you have a picnic basket? Wow, haven't even thought about Yogi the Bear in a long time. Yeah. Oh, and keep in mind, guys. I mean, this is a real tractor. You can still buy these, not new, of course. But the Fendt GT 250 is very much a real thing in the real world.
There is.
I said turn off.
There's also another one that's very similar that's slightly larger.
Oh, what's that?
I can't remember what it is. It's almost identical, but it's a little bit bigger. I think it actually goes up to like 60 horsepower.
Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, guys, hello, Tiago Sereno. I hope I did not butcher that too bad. Great name, by the way. I would be remiss if, since it just happened so recently, that we did not at least mention the 20-year anniversary of 9/11 and the heroic sacrifices so many people made on that day 20 years ago. I still remember it vividly. Spent the whole day watching the news, and it was pretty spectacularly awful what happened on that day. So, just a quick reminder and shout out to our public servants, the police officers, the firemen, all of those folks who are so willing to put themselves in harm's way to make sure that we are safe and protected. Okay. And, I was. Wrong button, Harv. I was also thinking about the fact that. I was actually on the top of the World Trade Centers at one point in my life. In fact, somewhere packed up in a box, I have a picture that I took while I was in New York City of the World Trade Centers. Long before 9/11, of course, probably 20 years before it happened. But I had actually been to the top of those buildings. Truly, Richard. And absolutely, Eric, no problem. I think we all have a duty to remember something so devastating that happened in our country. Alright, guys, it's time to bust out the Fendt Mega Baler. This dropped on ModHub not too long ago. This should be pretty spectacular. If I can remember, there we go. Not only is it a baler, it's also a windrower. Check that out. Look at that. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. I thought that tedder was running a little bit wider than this.
Nope.
I could have sworn when we were testing this before that it was...
I might not have been all the way to the edge of the grass.
Oh, you were over the edge?
Yeah, I might have been over the edge.
Okay. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Zoom out a little bit so I and you can see exactly what we're doing. Look at the swath that thing picks up, guys. Look at that. We're going to be cranking through some bales with this bad boy. It is a beast, but it also saves us the headache of having to come through an extra time in windrow. It's not bad price-wise either, as balers go. Rag T50, welcome to the stream, and the name of the map is right in the title of the stream and on the thumbnail. It is PV Unlimited. Or PV Uncharted. Why am I struggling? And I'm just weaving all over the place. Harv, stop that. There, that's better. This is an awesome baler. Mostly because it says Fendt on the side. No, because it, and this is a real world thing, guys. I looked it up just to make sure that they really make these things. In fact, the company that makes this windrower that's on the front of this baler actually makes a front mount windrower that looks just like this. So even if it wasn't attached to the baler, you could run it on the front with the baler on the back. Right, Tim? Yeah, I have those days sometimes. To be fair, I'm often looking to my other monitor to see what's going on in chat so I can keep up with all of you fine folks. Easy, easy.
And you missed patches and all that other stuff too?
That wasn't me actually. The baler skipped them. I think this tractor needs a little more weight on it. I think we might be just a little bit undersized for this package on this tractor, but it's got the horsepower for it, so we're gonna run with it. Yeah, it's skipping spots for some reason. Well, thank you, Ed. Thank you. I try to be humble. I'm nobody of consequence. I'm just another guy in the world, and I happen to make YouTube videos. I do what I can to make sure I don't make the world a worse place for anybody. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. You're going to make me blush. Look at that lovely row of bales back there.
You were kidding when you said it was popping them out quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're a little heavy on the tail end of this tractor. That's exactly why it's so squirrely. Because it's not reacting to the steering. I got my coffee right beside me. You can count on the fact that I've either got coffee or Diet Coke. I own it. I am a coffee and Diet Coke-aholic. Although I do have the occasional glass of water. I actually try to drink more water these days because I live in such a dry climate that you need to pay attention to your whatever you want to call it.
How hydrated you are.
Hydration level. Oh, we did pick up a couple bale trailers too, guys, that you can see as I'm passing here, right here on my left. And as I was saying earlier, see, look at that. You start to turn, you end up oversteering. This is what's happening. You end up oversteering because you don't quite have the traction on the front you're anticipating. So then you squirrel out of control. At least that's what I'm doing. I'll adjust to it. We have as much weight on the front of this tractor as we can put on this tractor. And you have to buy the weight in the shop. So not much we can do there. I don't know. Maybe Caveman can jury rig something. He is the farm mechanic after all. The stream mechanic. He's just the mechanic.
Jerry rig something that might be comical.
Hey, I don't care if you have to fill a 55-gallon drum with concrete and put a mount on it. Something to counterbalance this heavy baler.
Maybe we need to put some water in the tires.
There you go. It might hold a gallon or two.
I mean, I could always put concrete in the tires.
I don't know what FPS I'm hitting right now. I never really pay much attention. And what is going on here? I think it's a combination of when it looks like I'm missing hay, it's almost like I'm bleeding over into the grass. And so
yeah, I think that's what it's happening.
It starts skipping the hay. I will try to stay out of the grass. Well, and there's no hitch on the front of this tractor, guys. There's nothing I can add on. We don't have a 3-point on the front, so not much I can do there. Low on blinker fluid. I think Tim just hit the nail on the head. I better fill up the blinker fluid reservoir. Are you done with it? Are you just going to do forwards and back now, or?
Yeah, because I'm getting to the point to where it's not liking going in circles. I keep smacking hay bales.
Okay, if you're going to do that, then I can set up GPS on this bad boy.
I keep smacking hay bales, so this is going to be quicker in the long run.
The real problem we're going to run into is that I said, alright, I'm not going to back up far. There. I'd swear I hit the on button for GPS and it did not play well with me. Well, Bradley, first of all, my name is Harv. Second of all, maybe, maybe not. I honestly don't remember at this point. But if you want to be all formal, I can just start calling you Mr. Powell. Anyway, moving right along. Uh, Ben, there is the front lifter mod. The thing is, the front lifter mod only works on tractors that have some kind of a hitch. On vehicles that have some kind of a hitch to turn that hitch into a 3-point.
That's correct.
So even that would not work on this tractor. Hey Matthew, how's it going, man? What's the good word, bud? Okay, GPS sets up a little bit. Caveman, remember that issue that we were... Wait, no, that was on the Tedder. GPS is set up just a little bit wide on the baler.
Okay.
So we want to knock... No, I don't want that. I want this. I'm going to knock this down to 48 feet, almost 48 feet even, and see if that doesn't correct it. We're getting there. Right, Tim? Oh, it was Siri. Well, there's your first mistake. Never trust Siri. And I'm an iPhone user, but I don't trust Siri. She's an eavesdropper.
I don't trust Siri and I don't trust Alexa.
Nope. I cut this down to 47 feet on the baler, Caveman, and it seems like that's probably going to be about where it should be.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's lining up much better on the edges now at 47. Let's see. Jonathan, why are you going to watch Gilligan's Island? Yeah, there have been weird situations where I haven't searched anything. Nobody I know of has searched anything, but we'll be having a conversation. And the next thing I know, I'm getting advertisements for the thing we were having a conversation about. Look at those bales, guys. That's pretty spectacular, actually.
A lot of bales.
Look at that. We're probably going to have to stop and collect bales before we get done because we're going to start lagging out here if we don't.
Oh, it's a good thing you mentioned that. I'm going to go ahead and start collecting some bales because I'm already lagging out.
I'm sure you are. Oh, Mr. Powell. I gotcha. Okay. Mr. Powell, Mr. Howell. There you go. Nice, Tim. You have an assigned FBI agent? I didn't work directly with him, but I did technically for my last one of my last jobs have an assigned FBI agent because of the records that my office kept had information in them that he was particularly interested in. But he was actually a really cool guy, and he would talk about anything. He would tell you all the stories. Oh yeah, don't trust Facebook at all. That guy's out there taking advantage of everybody. I swear. Are you gonna run the truck on that caveman, or are you gonna run something else?
I grabbed the truck because that's what was right there. It didn't have anything attached to it.
Okay. Are you running the flatbed or the bale trailers?
I'm running the bill trailers right now.
Okay.
Again, they were empty already.
Of course. No, I was just thinking what I could do to help collect bales because I'm gonna kind of be stuck with not being able to do anything until the bales are collected. So I'll just run around and see if I can pick up any loose hay that's just hanging out here. Although that may not be the best idea either because maneuvering this thing is a little bit tricky. We are them. We are they. We are the men in black. Yeah, but this FBI agent would actually, he'd tell you about whatever cases he had worked on, as much as he could that wasn't protected information. But I'm bringing some bales down the field to you. That's kind of fun. These are so well stacked that they're actually, are so well positioned. They're actually just stacking up and pushing down the field. That's funny. I'm easily
Yeah,
entertained.
I think the flatbeds are going to be quicker.
Do you?
Yeah, it holds more. I also think it's got a wider pickup range on it.
Let's keep a count of how many. Well, I guess the bale stack will tell us. Hey, Mouse, how you doing, buddy? Okay. Well, Mr. Caveman, sir, while you're collecting bales, it's not like we don't have universal passenger in that truck, do we?
I think we do.
Okay. Investigating if the song Winds of Change by the Scorpions was written by the CIA. That actually sounds pretty intriguing, and I love that song. So, it's a win win.
If you want to hook those trailers up to another tractor and help collect, be my guest.
Well, while you were collecting, I was going to step away for just a minute, and I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Got a lot of bales to pick up. So glad somebody figured out how to do easy auto load. Am I that auto loads? You mean the auto load semi trailer? Uh, I'm doing pretty good, Richard. How about you?
Okay, Harv thanks you, and Mother Nature thanks you. This is the part where you watch grass grow, yes. With my apologies, of course. Where's the international?
Uh, at the farm, I think.
I'll just grab the other
Kinda
Traction King.
It kind of helps if you turn it on, doesn't it? A lot of bales.
How many have you collected so far?
Uh, 30 plus 38.
Holy crap. How many are left?
I'm not counting them on the field.
Hey, Kyle, welcome to the stream, man. Nice, Bradley. Oh gosh, you've collected 68 bales, and that's how many are still left on the field. Good lord, dude. We may have bitten off more than we can chew here. We might need another haystack.
Yeah, my. This trailer's almost full.
What's the key to turn this on?
Y or X. I don't remember.
I'll figure it out. I don't remember. It's been too long.
Okay, you know the base game one?
Yeah.
The base game auto load thingy? It's the same command as that. If that helps.
Oh, you've almost got all these off here, though. doesn't appear to be Y.
That's right. Y is this one. That's right.
I thought it might have been B also, but it doesn't appear to be B. Is it you? I didn't remap my trailer axle blocker either.
Yeah, that's why it's not working. You got to remap that before it'll work.
Oh, I better do that then. Assuming I could find the trailer axle blocker command.
Near the bottom.
Block, unblock. There we go. I knew you were going to do that, you rotten thing.
What?
Block and unblock. That doesn't seem like what I want to do either. Okay.
Just froze. Oh, unfroze.
That's because I'm saving my controls at the moment.
Oh. Didn't realize it lagged when you saved controls.
And by the time I got that done, you're going to have all the bales collected anyway. Oh well. This will be ready for next time.
This has still got room on it.
Alright. Maybe we have bitten off more than we can chew. Nah. No way. We can chew a lot.
I'd say we blame FF for it because he was supposed to be here to help and he's not.
That's right. It's all FF's fault. I don't even think we're halfway done yet.
No, we're not.
Oh boy.
We're about a quarter of the way.
That's it? A quarter?
About, yeah.
Well, we might have to think about breaking off from this and going and taking care of our little animal issue. Nothing has changed about your situation today, has it?
Nope.
Yeah, we might want to do that. Come back and finish this up later.
You say take care of the animal situation, you mean...
We were going to add some cattle and
food. Cattle food.
start generating real food instead of just silage for them.
Okay, well, you want to go do that? We can do that.
There's still something off about this windrower. I'm missing this sliver on each side. So let's knock that down to 46.5 feet. Now we'll just go down to 46 and that should correct it, right? Right.
Hopefully.
completely changed my path. That was weird. It just adjusted to one side.
You don't have an offset set at all?
No offset set whatsoever.
Did you have to get rid of an offset when you first set your width?
Nope, I did not. Yeah, Bradley, we are aware of the bale stacker. The problem with the bale stacker is it would be fine if we were going to be manually loading bales. It's not really necessary considering how we're going to be using this. And it would just slow down the baling process because you have to stop to unload the bale stacker. And we didn't
You
want
don't
to
have to stop, you just have to unload it.
Oh, you okay? So but you have to manually unload it at least.
Yeah, you have to hit a few buttons to unload it.
Okay, I see. Your messages don't always get missed, Bradley. I just don't respond to every single message. I have to try to keep track of chat also, buddy. And everybody is equally entitled to attention. I try to make sure to keep up with everybody and what's going on my game, too. Oh, and we did not have the crash problem today that we've had the last 2 Sundays. So if for some reason we crash, remember, it's a whole brand new stream, but it doesn't appear that we're crashing this time. So
At least not at this time.
keep your fingers crossed.
If you want to go ahead and start moving over to the other stuff, we can.
Yeah, we should probably get to that because you have to leave in 30 minutes, basically, right?
Yep.
Man, the sheer number of bales on this field is just almost inconceivable. Okay, I did adjust this to 46 feet, and that seems to have me lined up properly now. So,
Cool.
note to self: 46 feet is the right setting for this.
Right. Well,
We may never have to make hay again.
we got all the hay equipment used at one time.
That's right. Although, if we had to, we could probably make straw bales. We can
If we
sell
had
some
to.
of this hay too. Oh, and that's something I forgot to do.
Okay, well, I've got this going back up in a straight line. I'm going to stop this right here.
I think
I'll
I'll flip the baler around and do the same thing, and then we'll go work on the cows. There we go. Oh gosh, I'm gonna need the truck. Are you gonna finish collecting the bales first?
I'm literally just going to finish filling this trailer.
Okay. Perfect.
And then I'm going to drop these off where they go. And
We have so far, we've already got 107 bales in this thing, 500,000 liters, basically. So we've almost filled this up once already. Caveman.
What?
I just saw you, like, it looked like you were trying to tip the trailer out there. It was just funny. Well, when you bring those in, I'm going to hang out here at the hay bale stack for just a minute so people can see what's going on over here. It's actually pretty sick, pretty slick. Right, Andrew? Absolutely. 800 acres of straw. So when Caveman brings these bales in, what do you got, 38 on there?
39.
39? They automatically load into the bale stack here. And then they're stored. And so even though that looks like hay bales there, it's actually not like individual bales on the map that will lag you out when you have so many. Now the first thing that I want to do is go into my animal transport, and I'm only going to lease this for today as cheaply as possible, which is going to be $5,000, and get myself a cattle trailer. Because we're going to buy 35 cows. And I'm not going to have them deliver them because they charge an arm and a bloody leg.
You gonna buy that other thing too?
I am. I am definitely going to buy the other thing. The bale stacker thing is a mod. However, it's a mod for this map. It was included with the map. I don't know if it's available as a standalone. There's my cattle trailer.
You mean the thing where we're putting our bales in to store them?
Yes.
There are a few things very similar to that on Mod Hub.
Yes, there are. In fact, there's some nice little bale barns. I want to say they hold 120. Am I really not close enough? That seems awfully finicky. There we go. That is one hefty cattle trailer. Wow. Too bad it doesn't unfold. That would make it a little bit nicer, but it doesn't unfold. And we need some black and white cows.
Oh,
No,
that's messed up.
I want 35. Actually 34 because we did have a birth, so we're just going to end up with an even 50 when we're done. And that's going to cost us $85,000 for an additional 34 cows.
Terrible.
This is a 2-story cattle trailer, so the bottom is full. We can get about, I think, 56 in this thing. Well, we keep some loose. We keep some loose stuff in the silo, Jonathan, but that Fendt baler just was too precious not to use. We don't do bales much anymore, and we haven't done bales really, so I felt like we should probably do that. Yeah, this is a pretty slick cattle trailer. This is the Art Mechanic cattle trailer it's on Mod Hub. Easily available. And for those of you who don't know but may be interested, for channel members, those of you who have signed up, we were talking about that earlier, the Blue Crew, I believe it was people were calling it. Since we've got some members who've been around for a month, we do have a dedicated server with this map on it set up. At least initially it was set up with all of the mods that we're using.
I've got to go in and update it to have all the same mods.
Yeah, we've added quite a few mods lately. I am totally jacking this up.
You're close enough.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're not.
If I were doing this in a normal way with mirrors and stuff, I would be like totally nailing it. Now I'm just, because I'm doing it at funky angles or straight on from behind, it's almost impossible. Come on, Harv. Good God, man. Figure it out. Get with the program.
Alright, get under it. Alright, stop.
Stopping. And Hermes, welcome to Harv's World. New subscriber Hermes. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you being with us. Move
50
over.
cows. 50 cows.
Outstanding. Alright. Let's return this. Now we got to see about getting them fed up.
Cool new toy.
What's that?
We're getting a cool new toy.
We are getting a cool new toy. You want to spawn 3 hay bales?
Yes, I'll spawn 3 hay bales.
Excellent. I am going to... We actually need to return both of these trailers. Oh, you know, I've got a couple straw bales sitting right here too. Okay, new toy time. Self-propelled. The Silo King. Tarup Prestige, 22 meters cubed. Animal feed mixer and cleaner. Look at that bad boy. $150,000. And it is now ours. Oops. It's got a nice turn radius on it, actually. Look at that beast. Holy shnikes, Batman. So I need... Our hemp is coming in nicely, too. We have got a lot of hemp growing. Okay.
Did you throw the 2 straw bales in there?
Not yet. But that should be exactly the right amount of straw. Okay, we're good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, 12,109. Almost nailed it. Now, let me get those bloody trailers out of here. There we go. And we'll see about tossing those straw bales in. Super Harv. Now, for those of you who don't know about TMR, making TMR, which I imagine most of you guys do, let's be honest, but still, anybody who's new, because this Harvest World does bring in a lot of new players, there should be just enough room to put the hay bales in. TMR is a mix of equal parts hay and silage, at least in the game. Not in the real world, but in the game. However, you can add straw as a filler to give you more TMR than you would normally have. But you only want to add straw at a 2-to-1 ratio. So if you're putting in 2 bales of hay, you'd put in 1 bale of straw. So for example, if I were making TMR, I could put in 2 bales of silage, 2 bales of hay, and 2 bales of straw, because that's still 2-to-1. The hay and silage make up 4 bales. The straw would still only be 2. Okay, we've got our hay bales right here.
I need to get quite a bit more straw in here for the cows.
Oh, I thought you had a trailer loaded with straw.
I did. It took all of it.
And we are not only going to have a dairy cattle operation, we are going to be doing a beef cattle operation too. Okay, there we go. 32,000 liters of total mixed ration. Just what we wanted. So now I pull this bad boy right into my cattle barn. About like so. And I can start tipping in the TMR. I can even, just drive along and pretend like I'm filling up their stuff. Now this also has a sweeper on the front of it. So if I turn that on, and I can raise and lower this, it actually goes pretty high. And I can tip this down all the way to the ground, like so. And then as I'm coming through to feed them, I can sweep up. You can kind of see the mess on the ground there. I hope you guys are seeing it. But I can sweep up their spatter.
That's cool.
Yep, there we go. Clean as a whistle. And I've got TMR left over.
Nice.
The Frozen Cow Clan. Eric, I played with CCM just a little bit on my Ravensburg walkthrough. But I think I got fired by Herr Huber before I had a chance to completely test it out and all of that jazz. So that's our cool new toy. The Mega Silo King feed mixer. I do have some leftover feed in here, so I'm not going to mix any more until I'm empty. But I think we're just going to park this right back here. Right back in the middle. And we don't have to have a special place for it.
Yeah, don't park it inside the cow barn, because I still got to go get more straw for them.
Oh, okay. Not parking it inside the cattle barn. I will park it in front of the cattle barn. How about them apples?
That works.
Okay. And we've got 5 tanks of lime sitting out here. We need to get those put away somewhere. Actually, we're going to need those because we're going to plow out a new field, but we probably won't get to that today.
why not? I know there's one more thing we said we were going to try to get today.
What was that? Oh, that's right. That's right. We wanted to put in another factory. So let's get that taken care of because we've got other things that we'd like to accomplish. We are putting in a composter. Was that that was production, wasn't it? Yep.
Yes.
And look at that. It's just sitting right where I was at before. So this is a composter. It will make compost that we can use for fertilizer and such. That's not our goal at the moment. Our goal at the moment is to start working some of the greenhouses that are available on this because they make some interesting product. That's going to be good enough right about there.
We need the compost for the greenhouses.
Well, Tim, the spatter is actually more silage. For some reason, when cows eat their feed, they spit out the silage. And so you're just collecting more silage, so you can turn it right back into feed. Although some maps, as Eric said, it does turn into it does come out as TMR, but most of the animal pens I've seen spit out silage. So we need to put diesel in here to get it running, and then we can put in organics, which basically is hay, grass, manure, wood chips, chaff, straw, or poplar chips. And then we will get compost. Compost we will be able to use on greenhouses and orchards when we start putting those in, which aren't too far away actually. So we keep growing up. Growing, growing, growing. But now, do I have 3? Do I have 3 sticks of dynamite? Well, I have exactly 3 sticks of dynamite.
I think we might. Oh, so it doesn't matter what you put in organics-wise. You can put any of it in.
Yep. So
Okay.
we can turn our manure into compost. Yeah, anything you want. Stop that. All right. I'm going to blow up some rocks. Get those boulders out of our big field. Or our big
Don't
new
forget
field.
all the collection.
Oh, I know. We're not quite, it's a multi-phase project. We got the trees off, we got the stumps ground, we got the field mapped out, we got the road put in. Now we got to get rid of the rocks, the boulders. That's right. That's right, I play. That's absolutely right. I think the straps are actually working on there.
I think they are too. Oh, snap.
You gonna do the dynamite?
Trying to.
This dynamite has a long fuse on it. There we go. Oh wait, we've got one more boulder out here than I thought we did. We have 4. I thought we only had 3.
That one down at the end on in the field.
I think so. Well, luckily we've got a lot more. Oh, that was a short fuse. Yeah, the downside is we got to come in and bring in a loader and load up all the gravel off of here before we can plow this out now.
Or we could plow all the gravel under. That wouldn't be good for the field.
That would not be good for the field. Nope, not at all. Yep, I'm going to go get one more stick of dynamite. I'll be back.
I'm waiting over here for the last rock.
What do you call an exploding monkey? I'm afraid to ask, if I'm completely honest.
I'm a little concerned to ask too. Oh, you call an exploding monkey a baboon?
Yeah, okay. Baboom. Kevin likes the explosions. I have not done that yet, I play. Maybe we need to do that on stream, see if we can sort that out. I mean, it is coming up on fall. This would be the time for it, coming up on Halloween, to do some kind of corn maze type thing. Gosh knows we have the fields for it.
I have an idea for that, horror. I have the perfect idea, but it involves a new field, so.
Well, we'll have new fields between now and then, I'm sure.
Well, this is one specifically for that.
Okay. I'm game. The sound effects of the exploding boulders. Oh, you're right, Jonathan. I did just a little bit. Nothing terribly dramatic, but I did. I think I grew. Wasn't it canola that I grew and said 1K, thank you for 1K or something like that? Whew, that seems like a long time ago. Or maybe that was 500. That might have been 500. That was longer ago than the 1K point. I swear it was.
That wasn't that long ago, I don't think.
No, but it feels longer ago. When I grew that, it feels like it was longer. How's our hemp coming along anyway? You can't.
Let's see. Our hemp is not quite grown yet, but it looks like our peanuts are grown.
Really? That's going to be a 2 or a 3-man job, the peanuts.
Yeah. Looks like we got next stream sorted out already.
Right?
Peanuts.
So this is what a fully grown peanut field looks like. Yep, they are ready to harvest. They actually didn't, they took less time than the hemp. Well, I guess it's back to the baler or back to the windrower or whatever to finish things off. Na, 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 na. For some reason, it remembered your GPS settings on this. And handed them off to me. If it was around Christmas, Jonathan, then it definitely had to be 500. Yeah, Eric says it was 500 too. I thought it was.
It's good that it remembered them and passed them off to you. Now you
Yeah.
ain't got to try to figure it out.
Nope. Well, we got a few more minutes, at least before Caveman has to go.
Yeah, I gotta head out here in a minute or two.
It's an odd Sunday. Sharko hasn't dropped by at all. FF is nowhere to be seen. We haven't heard from him. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
And
Hope he
Caveman
is
has
too.
family responsibilities today, so he's got a sister who is well, you can tell him she's your sister if you want to. It's up to you.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Then that's all I need to know. Shutting up. As hard as that is to believe, Harv can shut up from time to time. Yeah, I don't even think we're halfway done with this field yet. Nope. Certainly didn't look that way.
The halfway mark literally should be the next pass.
Okay.
Oh.
The Jimmy Carter. I forgot about Jimmy Carter and the Peanuts.
And just passed your GPS coordinates off to me.
Nice. Something's working on in our favor.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we fill up the bale stack that we have and then sell the rest. What do you think? That's 168 bales. Multiply that by 4.
Yeah, we could do that. That's quite a bit.
Billy beer. Hey, you know, whatever floats your boat, man. There's no right or wrong way to do anything in the world. The only right way to do something is the way that suits you. And anybody who says otherwise, anyway, make yourself happy, and that's all that matters. Because you can kill yourself trying to make other people happy, and in the end, all that really happens is they're unhappy and you're unhappy.
Exactly.
So if you want to decorate for Christmas at the end of October, hey, I know people, not personally, but I have seen it, who keep their Christmas decorations up all year round.
Sounds exactly like my aunt.
There was a house in my town when I grew up, and I swear for the first 20 years of my life, you could drive by that house and there was a lit Christmas tree standing in the window. Every day, 365 days a year, including leap years, 366. And it always had a Christmas tree. Hey, Richard, take care, buddy. Have a good night. Appreciate
Take
you
care,
being with
Richard.
us.
Well, I hate to do it, Harv, but I've got 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna have to head out.
All right. You take care, man. Good luck with the
I
stuff you got
will.
to get done. With a little bit of luck, I will be able to finish this field off.
Alrighty. I'll catch everybody at the next stream.
Have a good one, caveman.
Alrighty. You too. I'll catch you later.
Well, Tim, I hate to tell you this, buddy, but you are not the first person to compare me to Bob Ross. Not the first person at all. I've heard that at least half a dozen times, maybe more. That I'm the Bob Ross of Farm Sim. And I like Bob Ross, so I would not take that as an insult in any way, shape, or form. He had his happy little trees. I've got my happy little tractors. What more could you want? Man, that's a lot of bales. We will have an exact bale count next stream. Absolutely, positively, without a doubt. It's been a long time since I streamed without anybody on, so I think I'm going to hang for just a few more minutes. Probably not too much longer, but there you go, Tim. That's right. Be yourself. It's way too hard to be somebody else. I have to remember, we used 3 bales. I want an accurate liter count when we're done with this too. I'll make sure to have that ready for next stream as well. Total bales times 4,000. I'm very, very intrigued. Hey Cole, how you doing, man? Welcome to the last few minutes of the stream. Probably going to be wrapping it up here before too much longer. I do need to get some recording done on videos today too. I'm standing alone in my field. I stand alone in my field, that's right. Probably because I refuse to shower. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Like I said, FF's not here. I've got to throw a dad joke in every now and again to make up for it. I'm doing good. Making hay while the sun shines, that kind of thing. A lot of bloody hay. We've already done, gosh, what did we say? There was 107 bales in that bale stack. There's probably another, I don't know, 80 bales on the field, and another half a field to tether into hay yet. I appreciate that, Tim. Harv's Field of Dreams. Or is it Harv's Field of Nightmares? There are some fields that are fields of nightmares. Most people call those potato fields. Without some serious mods, potatoes are a real nightmare. Very nice, Bradley, very nice. Well, guys, it looks like I'm going to be doing bales, and a lot of them. Mostly just working on this hay. Oh, you're right, Jonathan. Sugarcane can be a real nightmare, too. Potatoes and sugarcane, the two hardest crops. Poplars aren't exactly a joy either, I have to tell you. They can be a struggle as well. But this is pretty much it for today, I think. Just keep working the hay, making the bales, and when we catch up with each other again on Wednesday, which I always look forward to. I look forward to the streams just about more than anything else, I have to be honest. If you bale grass, cut it open and make hay, or you can wrap those bales and turn them into silage. I think cutting them open would be a real challenge, even though you can. Yeah, Eric, we actually tried the bio baler for this map because we knew we were going to have to do a lot of poplar to make our diesel fuel, and it doesn't work on this map because the map maker has changed poplars to work with his mods. So the bio baler, which we really did want to use on this map, is not an option, unfortunately, but I have used it, yeah. Alright, guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode of PV Uncharted. I appreciate you joining us today. It's been a lot of fun, as always. I mean, we get to play casual, and I get to chat with you guys, which is the most important part. Merry Christmas, Bradley, I suppose. Whatever floats your boat, buddy. All right, Ben, you take care, man. We'll see you soon. Everybody, again, as always, I very much appreciate you coming along for the ride. And until next time, you all take care.